Uh, so it is 7:32. Sitting here waiting to go into work. There is no production going on today, but I'm here just doing my normal stuff. So enjoying 3 days work and then 4 days weekend. Didn't have our game Friday, but wife's sick and everything like that, so I kind of tend in the house and take care of the kids. So hopefully we can do it Wednesday. Hopefully none of that carries over to Wednesday, so I can get this game ran. Because I was completely ready to run. I think the nerves and the jitters are gone now. So, but I think I'm just ready to get out of the way. I got too many other things going on in my life to make me feel worried about running some little old game. So, but yeah. So there's that. I don't know what plans do you guys have for this weekend it's coming up. For everybody here in the States who's celebrating Thanksgiving, that's that's this weekend. So, yeah, it's a nice long weekend. I don't know what's going on with my weekend. I know it's not going to be a very traditional Thanksgiving this year. So, but that's a whole nother side topic of crazy in my life. But we'll leave it at that. But I get this. Yeah, I want to get Basic Fantasy ran. I was hoping maybe my nephews would come out, but it doesn't sound like they're going to come out this weekend because they got their other side of the family stuff and they got to go out of state. Well, it's kind of a bummer, but I was hoping maybe I can run them in a game too this weekend with the kids. That'd be nice. But I had one person left me. No, they left me. Sunday is getting back to the Savage Sword game with Barry the Gen X GM. Hopefully that we can stay on that one because it was getting interesting. So I'd like to see this one to the finish. Hopefully my guy doesn't die because I'm on a nice 27-year streak of not losing a character. That's how long I've been playing, role-playing games. So I have not lost a character to death yet. I've lost characters to games dying out, but I've never lost a character in game to death. So come close a couple times, but that's playing old school D&D, playing 5e, going back to old school D&D. Still, never lost a character. I've done, I've almost hit the insanity on level of going insane in Call of Cthulhu a couple times, but I pulled out of it. Decent dice rolls. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just getting on here to kill a few minutes. So it looks like I'm not talking to myself. Well, I kind of am talking to myself, but that's normal. I guess I think that's like an ADHD autism thing, though. But that's kind of probably runs in the family a little bit because I know my boys are both on the spectrum, and they're sharp as whips though, and they remember everything. And something about that memory issue things. You can remember things that happened 10 years ago, like to almost the exact millisecond of everything. It's crazy. I don't understand it. I mean, I can remember things that some of my first memories still, which is weird. And here I am, 44 years old. It's weird. But, yeah, so if somebody wants to come and say hi. But, yeah. We are going to play Basic Fantasy, like I said. And then hopefully, my group will get into the Alien game. I honestly, this is kind of the weird one. Is like the last one we played, one shot we played was Dungeon and Crawl Classics. It's the first time playing Dungeon Crawl Classics. I'm like, I'm a little weirded out by it. It's like, it seems like a lot for what it's supposed to be. Like the dice chains and everything, coming out of supposed to be like old school D&D. And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I don't regret buying the book because I got it really cheap at Gen Con. But I don't think it's one I would use a lot, honestly. And it seems like I'm saying a lot. It's like if I'm gonna play old school D&D, I'm like, I'll play like Black Hack or maybe White Box fantastical medieval adventure game. I mean, that's more simplicity that I like. So, and it's like, I think my library kind of looks almost kind of like clone versions of like name brand D&D, which is kind of weird because I got White Box, so I got Basic Fantasy, I got Castles and Crusades, so it's kind of like you're hitting like OD&D, basic D&D, and then kind of like advanced D&D, and then I have my 5e core books, and I think I only have like 2 books for 5th edition that are outside the core books. So, which my son wanted Candlekeep Mysteries, which I haven't even looked at it yet, which is kind of weird. And then I have Ravenloft, not the actual Ravenloft setting in Adventure, but the Van den Richting's Guide for 5e, which I like that because I like the character stuff in it because I like the monsters. That's me. But and then we got the starter set and the essentials kit, which I find those very useful. I was like, I know what like yesterday, like Bear Gen X GM on his stream was talking about the Pathfinder 1E beginner's box. I would love to find one of those at a relatively decent price. I kick myself in the butt every day not getting that because I knew there was always a bunch of good stuff in it. And I'm hoping maybe I'll find one Monday at a decent price. So hopefully we will see. Because I wouldn't mind that. I don't mind. I didn't mind playing 3.5 because I played a little bit of that back when it was still somewhat new. And we were playing it, and then we heard about 4E coming out, and I was kind of like, I'm not worried about 4E. Oh, excuse me. But I wouldn't mind getting at least like the core books for 4E, just kind of, I don't know, kind of collector's sake. Maybe look at them, delve in a little bit. That'd be fun. I think it would probably offer a little bit more crunch, I think, for my son, because I think he likes that kind of stuff. He likes 5e, and, he's like, even though I show him other games, and he's like, oh, yeah, cool. I was like, and then right back to 5e. So I think he likes a little bit of crunch with this stuff, and he's very technical about everything. So, and we call him Young Sheldon. So, imagine that. I mean, he's very smart for his age. So, and then my other son, he's not on that same level, but he's interested. He gets frustrated when things don't go his way in the games. So, but I think it's trying to find that balance and helping him kind of, because I want to include him, but he doesn't grasp everything, and which is okay. It doesn't bother me. It's really just more about him just having fun than it is anything, which is fine. I want him to feel like he's involved. My daughter's very interested in playing. And she hasn't played a game yet. It's just starting to come around. I think my oldest son had kind of run her through a very slimmed down version of what he called D&D, and it was like, oh, just roll a D20. There's no rhyme or reason to it, no stat numbers. It was just hey. Well, they kind of did. They had kind of had some kind of stuff written down on a paper. I didn't even get to see what it was, but it was cute when she was doing it. I think that was a few years ago, and it kind of died down. And it was funny. It was like the kids were playing at one time when they were a little younger, and my oldest, he was like carrying around this like big D20, one of those big D20s, and it's like anything they were doing, he was like, "All right, let's roll the dice," and they were just pretending to be like this adventuring group, and there's no paper involved. He's like, "All right, let's roll the dice and see what happens." And it's like, oh man, it's like this didn't happen right. And, it's like trying to. He's pretending to be like Gandalf or something, like something kind of like Gandalf. And it's like my wife crocheted a wizard's hat for him, and it was, he's carrying around this big old walking stick. So and it was like my nephew was playing with him and everything. It was my son and my daughter, my other son and my daughter, were playing too, and it was cute. Yeah, it's kind of those things. But yeah, and then but everybody's getting older, and it's like technology gets in the way. I swear, it's like, and I understand that because a lot of times, a lot of things I want to do, I think technology gets in the way, and it's breaking habits and getting out of it. And what was it? I think it was the channel. It was like tabletop family gaming. I watched some of his stuff, and he's got a young boy who's on the spectrum and everything like that. And it's very cute to see him involving him and lots of things. He's, and everything like that. And I think he's doing like the best that I think anybody could ever do. And he kind of spouts off like it's breaking that he spouts off a lot of not really spout. It's like I'm not saying that as a bad thing. Breaking away from those confines and chains of like our phones and getting involved and sitting around and telling a story and having that camaraderie and family time and everything like that. And I mean, that's really what it's really about. It's not about being the best role player I don't think it's about being the best role player you can ever be or being the best GM that you can really be. I think it's just about the memories and you know and just having fun with your friends and your family, and making those memories. Uh, yeah, it is what it is. And I mean, I'm old enough to remember, pre-internet, when not everybody had a cell phone. I mean, you had to have big money to have a cell phone. Um, like pay phones and antenna TV, and you had cable, and cable was like switch boxes, where you only had so many channels, and you had like a box that you had to hit, like an analog box to change your cable channels. So and I think we did more. As like kids, we played a lot of like board games. We had a Nintendo as a kid, but but we did more. I think we touched grass, back in the day, and I have to explain that to my kids sometimes. And, different times, and even now, it's like you struggle with everything. Uh, I digress. I digress. I better get off here. Nobody wanted to join this morning, so that's all right. This is just more for my diaries of a madman. I should start calling this series the Diaries of the Madman. That's what I should do. Because I sound mad and I'm rambling on. I'm going crazy. But, yeah. Aren't we all a little crazy? So, alright, guys. Hopefully, I will see you again. Maybe we might make this a morning habit. I don't know. I feel like this is what it's starting to be, a morning habit. So, y'all have a good day. Whoever watches, thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Those things they tell you. You don't have to. I don't personally care. This isn't my livelihood. So, but leave a comment, message. Hey, whatever. You all have a good day. Bye.